right? Hina was the one who alerted everybody to the body in the first place. So then she wouldn't have a need to hide or anything like that. And the fact that clearly Sakura didn't fight back. It was somebody she trusted, which would have been Hina. Now, do I think Hina did it maliciously? No. Right? I think something happened, and either this was out of mercy or some sort of accident happened. I think that's the move. I think that's what it is. You want to know if you missed something to investigate in the room? I think I got everything. I keep doing the thing. You said the ultimate martial and no spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers. I'm gonna figure it out. I'll ask if I missed anything. If you know, she's the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. It won't let you leave if you missed anything. Got it. I figured I'd be stuck if I missed anything anyway. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? Even if it let me leave, it wouldn't start the class trial. So I figure I would know if I missed something. I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? It must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
They wouldn't have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished the general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
You should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Thankfully, it's not a lot of people to talk with. Oh, I can't leave that way? Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. They fast traveled me there? Aw, dope. Yoko. Aka. My room. Mondo. Ayaka. Bucket. Junko. Yoko. I'll press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
Feels so pretty in this little thing. Ugh, most negative aura I've ever felt. The aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Always looks suspicious.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toka slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I want to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. He already told me he asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? You didn't even need to point it out. Maybe I would have not noticed that. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. Can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. I'm glad the reaction feature doesn't return the other games. It seems pointless. It's absolutely pointless. I've been wondering why it's in here, and I'm like, why don't you... The entire time, every time it's popped up, I've had to stop myself from saying, why do I have to do this? Can't you just... Like, it'll be like, I have to talk with you about something, and it's like, why do I have to select talk? If you want to talk with me, just say it. Just continue the dialogue. Why is this an option? Is Toko a scapegoat again? I don't know. I don't know if that counts as scapegoat just yet. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. That Toko quickly retreated into her room. Right, list. Hiro. Ina, Sakura. Leon. I forgot Leon was here. Hiro. Get that doorbell. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Why? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked them to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, when she
Yeah.
asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like in passing, yo. You're so suspicious. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. Then you went and met with Sakura.
Got it all wrong.
No, oh, wait, man. I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at
I haven't
me.
seen her since then. Well, I'm here. Could you show me the note she gave you?
Oh,
Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Ah, sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So if you excuse me... Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. How did he get it? Okay, I've heard from Toko and Hiro, but what next? I'll definitely have to look into the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe we should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? I feel like it being Hiro is like way too obvious. Here's the chem lab again. Is it like 3rd floor? Or 4th floor? I'll come back to that. Oh, go back. Oh god, he's here. Oh, interesting. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. How are you getting more insufferable as this game goes on? I don't understand. I would be real snarky. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh yes, your royal highness. Would you also like me to never mind. I'm not gonna say that out loud. It's my first time seeing this show. I just can't get over it. I can't be saying that. I should probably take a closer look at it. I thought the chem lab had tan walls, or am I losing my mind? I don't know. No, I think it's always had green. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I had to be careful not to step in it. Does that say C4? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. This is where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that's really what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section. Cool. These are footprints? and they're only in front of the left shelf.
Hmm.
How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. I got to work. Before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. At that point, I'd stab him in the leg. I'm sorry, I would do it. It's right in the thigh. Fuck him. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. Is that what you needed this for? I could have told you that without sketching this out. Right? You're gonna be nice for a second. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto, are they
possible.
yours? No?
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I got tiny feet! I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I kindly did what he said. Let's see. Your feet appear to be too big. Thank you. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. I'm gonna murder a motherfucker. With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Sometimes leave footprints and then not ruin them before they leave. All you gotta do is just go, and then that's it. Just a quick... And, okay, before someone's like, oh, but it's poison. Okay? Go find a fucking broom. Ain't that hard? These prints are really valuable clue. Nope, wrong button. Technically, this is one. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Better not leave a footprint. Should probably take a good, hard look at that powder. It's powder. That's powder, alright. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also remnants of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. This was all just to say that, and it was so obvious. According to him, the powder would have to be spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder sounds like an album title. Let's see, what's on the shelf? All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. I guess you consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Really? Huh? Wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Someone put it here on accident? Now get your habit burger. That sounds delicious. I want one. So on this shelf is like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? Not for most people.
That's fine.
In the words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All I can tell, how is he getting worse as the game goes on? Like, he's genuinely getting worse. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is... One look, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These chemicals look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I think he peaked at being an asshole. I don't know, he's doing pretty well at being an ass here. I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with the label from Section C. What was that bottle of poison in Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Do I dare talk to this asshole? I think I have to.
I see.
Makoto, I have to admit, you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. I've solved every single fucking case so far, at every trial. I don't want to hear it from you. Nope. No, this way.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko and Toko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with him, you're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look at them over one more time. Wait, what? Why? The shelf? Is this stuff I already know? I have a feeling it is. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. I'm gonna look. Hold up. What did she say? It was the Monokuma bottles, the magazines, and what? Sakura's body. Something new. Something new.
Hey.
Seems down. She's dead. That's why. Don't you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention. You're sure to find it. Is it something I don't already know? Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? Thank you.
So...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Why? Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. Okay, but assistance with each other is very helpful to solve these cases so we don't fucking die. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Cool. No answer! I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey.
I don't know what she's trying to say other than... I don't know. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's been bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation. That's fine. And that obnoxious him- I'm not saying his name, because fuck him. He's not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. Wait, I don't know what this is on about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Excuse me, weren't you supposed to be watching the body? I took the broom and the dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. You're supposed to be watching the body, what do you mean? When just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
Then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're gonna use it to compare weights. What? Compare weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why would you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the 2 normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced. A little.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight, the size of the pieces inside, but whatever, that's just me.
So then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might you expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected would be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, let's give it a try. Huh? Because it's 2 bottles. The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together. And I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. Is Makoto a little bit slow? Yes, he is not all there, but somehow he's solving all these, which is wild to me. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment. Magazine rack and the body, yeah? Yoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine's upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... One of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it appear you found it. Toko, is
So,
this indeed a dying message? Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message.
however,
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. Make sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Why don't you just share information? Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it. What the heck? And she's the killer, right? Real quick to jump to conclusions, but I do not blame you. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I can't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. It's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. See why you think that, but... It seems too easy. If anything, that makes me that much more suspicious. Honestly, same. I don't think it's Toko. Okay, all that's left is the body, yeah? According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't gonna help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still sometimes... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I have plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. 15, you're getting your 60 away. You're 60 away from getting that back. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
See that yellow powder on their instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her hand. Or to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just
It would
explain.
seem-
It would appear that she didn't suffer for a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands are spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. Can't believe she's able to learn all that just by looking at her body. Don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Are we at class trial already?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial.
I've got to.
You know where to meet, right?
I feel like. I feel like it's not going to be Hiro. And there's a reason why he's being kind of. It's kind of obvious considering that 2 bottles are missing. What does that mean? What do you mean it's obvious? What? I might just be tired, but I don't see how it's obvious. However, I have I have a theory. Obvious because there's 2 bottles missing. I was saying Makoto's saying what could the wounds on her head mean? Maybe I'm thinking too simple-minded, but it just sounds like she got hit in the head twice. So I'm gonna blame this on me being very tired right now. I feel like that's fair.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
It's already time? The mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. Locked room, Kate. It's a locked room mystery! No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. The 3-hour mark, I need to get ready to go out. See you next time. Enjoy, Noble Sub! Why is this open? I decided to do a selection. Yikes. You know. When Akuma made his announcement, everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist. Locked room murder mystery. What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. That's like, the equivalent of putting like an exclamation mark at the end of your sentence so it doesn't sound too strict. I'm so drowsy right now. I'll have no idea how just out of it I am at this moment. I do love that they're voice acted. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. It's just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, you put a sad face that looks super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you have 100 friends. That's right, it does make it seem sad. Oh my god.
I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. See you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Burned down his school, lol. I do that shit sometimes. I'll say something like super sad and then be like, haha. I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
What a hiccup. Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here? The person is one of us? Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. This is gonna be fun. Another person I don't think would be a killer would be Kyoko. Same. Elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. I feel like she has no reason to, nor would she care to. Not even that she's like too pure for this world. Like she just there's no reason to do that. It fell lower and lower, and suddenly, as always, ding! The ride was over. The doors opened once again. Why is it keep changing? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be lonely. You say it like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. Voice acted trials always make for some banger lines. They can do a better job than I could ever, so I'm here for that. Plus, I get to snack whenever that happens. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then,
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, deadly class trial. We need to say that every time. Makoto feels like the kind of dude to like dramatically stare out the window as they're listening to music, you know? That makes sense. He's having his moment. I know, he's being dramatic as shit. Oh, I definitely want that. I think I got 2 new things. Here's the time limit for each phase. I haven't had an issue with that, so I think I'm okay.
let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
We need to do this every
If
time.
you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
Why does his voice acting sound weird for
then
this line
I'll
specifically?
punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone
right, like,
else will
I feel
graduate.
like you don't need to explain this every single time, my dude. Well, it's excessive.
Now then, where to begin?